Greetings and welcome once again to all the people taking the time to watch this video and follow this channel. It's me, the AFOL champ, the adult fan of LEGO champion, here with set 6329. It is school day, and this is the first day of summer break for me, the first day that the school year is officially over. So what better day than to dig this set out of the backlog. It's a set I got on clearance last summer. I'm starting this summer out by building it. Best day to think about school when it's the furthest possible amount of time away. But this set, to be honest, is a little underwhelming for a couple of reasons. One, you can tell just from right here, like they spent way too much. Too much of this set is not for. It's supposed to be a school set, obviously, which I think is a good idea, but way too much of this is devoted to the road plate and the bus stop and just the outside. And again, when we look at the outside, first of all, these little speed bumps are ridiculous because the vehicles can, like, there's generally on a six wide vehicle, a speed bump there that is four studs across will fit perfectly between the wheels there and will not slow them at all. Also, they look ridiculous having that slope instead of a rounded slope. But you can see, like, why is the school like ketone, like flame orange or whatever that is? It looks weird. The bus stop doesn't even have a bench. Why is there a big white spot right there in the crosswalk? It doesn't make sense to me. You really could have done without everything from here over, and it would have made a better school. Even when you look at the exterior here, over here, first of all, I have no idea what this is supposed to be. I think maybe a bike rack, but that doesn't make sense. It's so small that you have a playground right next to the road. As always, the bike path is too narrow, and that's not unique to this set, but it's still happening at this set. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be. Maybe a bench. Then you have a rock climbing wall, which is done fine, but then it has a scoreboard next to it, as if they're keeping score. Like, that doesn't make sense. I mean, you can see obviously there's stickers instead of prints. That's not great, but it's to be expected. When you look at the bus only has space for a driver, and there's one seat in the middle there, and then a place for the wheelchair in the back. So your whole bus is only carrying two people. That to me is less than ideal. And I like getting the mountain bike piece. It's kind of a rare piece. But why would someone be riding a mountain bike to school as opposed to just a normal bike? Like, some of these things, like I said, they just don't make sense to me. When you look at the figures, you should probably have one more adult. I mean, you end up with, and I'm going to look at it here in a minute, but you have two floors inside the school. One of these is obviously a bus driver, should be a bus driver. Then one of them is a teacher. I mean, you have a bus driver. Maybe it's a crosswalk person. Maybe there isn't a bus driver. I don't know. What I assume is supposed to be the teacher, and then the rest are the kids. I'm glad that they have a fair amount of kids. That's good to me. But you probably need at least one, maybe two more adults. And I think you actually could have gotten rid of one of the kids and still accomplished that, to be honest. If you're set on having 7 minifigures. Also, you probably could have got rid of the squirrel and some of this other stuff, and it would have been fine. So I would have preferred at least one more minifigure as an adult, or maybe change one of these kids into an adult. But then when we look at the building, obviously you can see there's no roof at all. There's only 2 rooms, so it's the smallest school ever. I mean, it's a two-story, but at the same time, it's a 2-story one-room schoolhouse, more or less, since it's just stacked on top of each other. Obviously, it's a dollhouse style, which is less than ideal. There's no bathrooms, there's no cafeteria. The only rooms you have here is you have like a science lab up top, which appears to be the only true classroom. Purely on a personal level, I would have preferred that this be like a social studies classroom, since that's what I teach. But I also feel like with the science stuff, they do that in other sets. Like, we've had other plant-based sets. We have mad scientist labs all the time. We have space stuff all the time. You could have done science with something else. We don't get social studies nearly as much. Heck, this would have make it a math room or make it a reading room. That would have made more sense in terms of it being an actual grade school, but instead they went with science. Now, again, I don't want to be too completely negative, being that it's science. You get lots of cool, you get the little beaker right here, you get the geode, the petri dish there. Those are all good to get. The skeleton, this sticker here, both of the stickers here are good, which wouldn't have made any sense if it wasn't for them being a science room. Then again, down at the bottom, you have the same problem. Like, we get arts and crafts stuff all the time. We get music stuff all the time in Lego sets, particularly Lego Friends, but this is Lego City, but we get that stuff all the time. There's so much more that this could have been. Also, this piece doesn't even have printing on it. That annoys me probably more than it should. The lockers aren't even real lockers. They're like the cabinet pieces. And it's really hard to get your hand in here to fit it. Now again, there are some decent stickers. Again, I prefer to get prints, but I'm happy with the stickers that we do get. Like I said, I particularly like the stickers up here, like that one, and that chalkboard, and that chalkboard. Kind of like that easel down there, and like that cork board right there too. But again, I feel like they cheaped out. This was probably too big of a set, or should have been. This is probably too big of an idea to make into a $70 set, is what this really is. And then they couldn't do it right because they were too limited. A school probably needs to be $100 or $150 set, and it just needs to be bigger than this in order for it to be well done. Like, again, I get that they had to incorporate the road plates because this set was, they're trying to get that into all the city stuff, and I think this was one of the first ones. But to try to make it into a $70 set, you're just trying to do too much with too little, and you ultimately don't do it justice. Truthfully, I think they could make a school like a whole sub theme. Like, you could do a gym building all on its own, a cafeteria all on its own, an actual school, a playground all on its own, the bus stop or the exterior all on its own. I can't remember if I said it or not. The bus all on its own. You could have a people pack, all, where it's all students and teachers and the janitor and the crosswalk and, the principal and the bus, all the people. You could do a people pack. This could have been a whole sub theme. And instead they tried to do it in one $70 set. Now, I didn't pay $70 for it, thank goodness. I got it on clearance. But even on clearance, I feel like I didn't get my value out of this. I still paid, I want to say, $50 for it. And this doesn't seem like $50 worth of stuff to me. It's not completely bad. Again, I like getting some of these stickers. I will probably use aspects of this in my Lego City. Like, I'll probably put this in a sidewalk. I do like the minifigures. You get some somewhat rare parts or hard to find parts. The squirrel, the bike, the bus, despite being small, will make its way probably into my Lego City streets. But I'm very underwhelmed by all of this. And because I'm so underwhelmed, I'm going to ultimately give this set a C-, below average. So, you can agree with me or disagree with me. In fact, I hope you leave me a comment telling me if you agree or disagree with me and why. So hopefully this has been a good 9 minutes of your life or so. Hopefully you got the information or entertainment or whatever it is that you come to my videos for. Hopefully you got that. So hopefully I hear from you soon, because hopefully you'll leave me a comment. Hopefully you will hit the like button. Hopefully you'll hit the subscribe button and hear from me again soon. I'm going to wish everybody a happy summer break, happy summer 2023. And as always, thanks for watching.